Welcome back, everyone. Last week I bought the Lightning Brushes add-on from Affinity, which gives you 102 lightning effects which you can use through the Asset panel or the Brush panel. I thought I would give it a try and ended up creating this interesting composite image in Affinity Photo 2.5. Let me show you how I did it. I started by going to Leonardo.AI to help me generate a couple free images. For the first one, I typed "Create an photorealistic image," a beautiful woman with wind-swept hair in Tibetan monk's clothing, meditating Buddha style on a rock outcropping. I liked this first one, so I clicked the little download icon to download it. Next, I wanted to create a stormy background, so I typed in the prompt, "Create an photorealistic image, a stormy evening with beautiful dark clouds rolling over the mountains." I downloaded the first image here too. Then, I opened up Finder on my Mac, selected both new files, right-clicked on them and scrolled to Open With, and then Affinity Photo 2. If you are on a PC, this might be a little different. Alright, back in Affinity Photo, I went to the image of the woman meditating first. I want to isolate her and the rock she's sitting on and remove the background. So, I clicked on my selection brush tool and painted over them. To make my brush head smaller, I clicked the left square bracket key a few times. And, to unselect areas that I didn't want to include, I held Option or Alt while painting to unselect them. I'm going to see if Affinity can help me with her wispy hair, so I'll make sure to include all of it in my selection. Then, I'll click the Refine button and, with the matte adjustment brush selected, I'll go over her hair. If I change the preview to black and white, you can see that Affinity did a pretty good job selecting the fine hair details. I'm pretty happy with this, so I'll select the output to New Layer with Mask and then click Apply. Alright, that looks pretty good. Next, I went to the stormy sky scene that I had opened up previously and went to Edit Copy in the menu and then switched back to my Lady Monk and selected Edit Paste to paste the background into a new layer. Then I clicked and dragged the background storm from the top to the bottom of the layer stack. Okay then, I wanted the bright part of the background to be behind her hair, so I used the arrow-shaped Move tool in the left-hand toolbar to grab the top right node of the background layer and make it bigger, and then I moved it into position the way I wanted it. Alright, now I'm going to add the lightning effect that I told you about earlier. If you don't have it, you can go to Affinity's homepage and click on the Add-on tab to download a bunch different lightning assets, overlays, and brushes. They are on sale for only $7 for Black Friday. Once you download them and have them installed, you can go to Windows in the menu and open up your Assets panel to find a category for overlays and one for transparent PNG files. It may be hard to see on your screen, but I'm going to grab this circular-shaped lightning PNG image and drag it onto my screen. It's a bit larger than my canvas, so I'll have to zoom out a bit and then use the corner nodes to resize it and move it into position. As you can see, the lightning asset is black, but I can give it some color by going to the FX button at the bottom of the Layers panel, selecting Gradient Overlay, and then checking on the box. I want the gradient to go from top to bottom, so I'll use the circular angle slider to change the angle. Then, I'll click on the Gradient Color box, select the left node, and use the color box to change the color to a nice light pink shade. Then, I'll do the same thing for the right node, but color it a nice light blue color instead. Okay, I'm going to do just a couple more things and then I'll let you go. First, I'll select the woman layer and then click on the Adjustments button at the bottom of the Layers panel. I'll go to Brightness and Contrast, drag the adjustment layer onto the woman layer and then lower the brightness down a bit. Then, I'll select the stormy background layer and do the same thing. I'll click on the Adjustment button and lower the brightness down a bit. Finally, I want to make the lightning a little brighter. So, I'll select that layer and click Command or Control J a couple times to duplicate the layer twice. Then, I'll select the bottom layer and then click the Live Filters button at the bottom of the Layers panel and then select Gaussian Blur to add a bit of glow behind the lightning. There, I think this image is electrifying. Alright, that's about it for today. If you learned something and want to see more of this kind of content, please click those like and subscribe buttons. And if you're feeling generous, this channel runs on caffeine. There's a link to buy me a cup of coffee in the descriptions. Not necessary, but certainly appreciated. Have a great day, everyone.